pay for their own room. I don't know. But Cha-Cha, as you can see where she typed on the screen. So she is confirming that which I already knew, that Rosa scammed, that she was the founder of Black Femicide US. She was over the money. Rosa was over the money. And so Cha-Cha, she wants me to make that clear. Now, do I believe Cha-Cha was involved in the scam? Hell yeah. Hell yeah, I believe it. Because the sister was running all of the sites. Now, if Cha-Cha isn't part of this BS, then I'm sure she'll come up and explain it. Because I haven't seen Cha-Cha go live on any other channels or any other platform saying, hey, look, I'm not involved in this. Now, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe she did. I just haven't caught it because I don't catch everything. So maybe she did. But if she didn't, why wouldn't she? Why wouldn't she say, hey, look, I'm going live everywhere I can go. I want to go on people's channel to say, hey, I was not involved in this scam. Those clowns over there on the B1 Cartoon Network, Taz and Nyla, talking about how Black men were killing Black women every 5.5 hours and how they need to protect the Black women and how they need to go to the march and how they were advertising the march for all of the sisters to go to while they were donating. Coming out to be another scam. That's how it turned out to be, another scam involving Taz and Nyla again. This has been a pattern for Taz and Nyla. They were also involved in other scams here on YouTube. They were involved in a scam where a woman faked her death here on YouTube, and Taz and Nyla was saying that woman was dead. Come to find out that she wasn't. And I already knew she wasn't. Sansa Ray was not going to kill herself. Sansa Ray loves Sansa Ray too much to kill herself over some YouTube BS. But she also got money as well. Sansa Ray got money as well, scammed people and got money. With a GoFundMe site talking about, oh, she's gone, but the money is for her funeral was covered. So they were slick on the way she did it. She said her funeral was covered, so that the GoFundMe was not for that. The GoFundMe was for her son because it was getting close to Christmas, and the funds were going to be going to her son for Christmas presents. I mean, these motherfuckers on YouTube is something else, man. And we got Black women. That's the part that kills me, and that's why I keep talking about it. It's these sisters who keep getting scammed by these people, and yet they will get on my case for reporting the scam and give the scammers the pass. Shit is just, it's illogical. And I know Sister Cha-Cha know what I'm talking about. Scamming these Black women left and right, taking the money. Cynthia G right now is taking Black women's money, lying in their faces, telling them to go divest because Black men are violent, and Black men are broke, and Black men are weak, and Black men choke, all type of BS, right? But Cynthia G says she's not going to divest. F that, she said. She liked the BBC too much. So how can you tell sisters, Black women, that Black men ain't shit, but you still laying down with them? And then you have these Black women donating hand over fist, breaking their necks to give Cynthia G money. Why? All because of their hatred for Black men. Cynthia G can come up with their face and tell them, I don't believe none of this shit I'm saying, and Black women will still donate as long as Cynthia G is talking about what she's talking about. That's how much self-hate and hatred for Black men that some of these sisters have. At least 112K. We know for sure. because that's what Cynthia G's count is right now. But I'm quite sure they're sharing a lot of subscribers as well. I'm quite sure they're sharing a lot of each other's subscribers. But it's sad to see sisters get milked the way they are. I mean, these Cynthia G, Taz, and that motherfuckers are running amok here on YouTube, taking y'all's money and laughing all the way to the bank while they do it, because nothing that they talk about. Hold on. All right, I hear you. Nothing that they're talking about makes any sense, because they're not practicing what they're preaching. How in the world now they're going to say that black men ain't shit, and then right when she hangs up and she gets off of YouTube, she's laying down with a black man. Taz dusty ass. Make it make sense. Black men are supposed to be so violent, and especially Nyla, when you got a clown like Taz and his criminal record, and you're gonna tell black women that black men ain't shit. You got one of those type of black men, Nyla. That's why the Divested Zealot and Mocha, they did videos on you clowns. I made sure they're gonna do videos on you clowns. I made sure, because every time I did a live stream or a video showing where you guys was trying to scam these sisters out of their money, I tagged them in it. And eventually they each did videos on Taz and Nyla and Cynthia G. I made sure of it, because I told Taz, I said, Taz, you will not be getting any of those true divestors' money. You're not going to get a dime, not a nickel. And I made sure of it. I made sure that people that the divestment community would trust got the word, and let them put the word out, because they're not going to listen to me. They're going to listen to a black man. I don't care how much truth I tell them, because I'm a black man, so I'm automatically discarded. But I know if I put the right message in the right people's ears, that they were going to come out and they were going to do something about it. I knew that. I knew the Divested Zealot wasn't going to go for it. I knew that much. Now Mocha, she came out too, but I know Divested Zealot, she's almost as strong as Cynthia G. I know Divested Zealot gets like around a K, 1K every time she goes live. So I know if she put it out there, then those true divestors wasn't gonna fuck with Taz. We're probably gonna fuck with him anyway, but I made sure of it, because true divestors aren't gonna mess with black men regardless of who you are. They don't care what you say, what you do for them. They are not gonna mess with you if they're truly divested. So I made sure I put that out there. And then they did live streams on Taz and Nyla. I sent sisters over into their chats to ask Taz and Nyla about why they're pretending to be divested. I told Taz I'm gonna do that too. Those motherfuckers didn't believe me. I had sisters over there asking him those questions. Now you don't even hear them talking about divesting anymore, or the 5.5 hours that a black man is killing a black woman. You don't hear that bullshit no more, because they rode that wave for as long as they could and gathered all those coins for as long as they could on that topic. But like I said, man, it's pitiful to me to see sisters so easily fooled. See, that's why Taz has a room full of black women in his chat. Let me explain to you guys. Here on YouTube, and in most cases, black women will donate their funds, their hard-earned money, to a cause they believe in. They will donate their money quicker than black men will, because black men, we see the scam, we see the BS. Black women don't. So that's why Taz ran off all of the brothers except for two clowns over there for the most part. And that's Clown Brother Moses #1 and Twin Man Clown #2. Those are the two dudes that are mainly over there. There's others over there, but those two are the ones over there the most. The three musketeers, the three stooges, Taz, Twin Man, and Brother Moses. But that's why Taz got a whole room full of women, because women will donate to something that they think is real. And when you present evidence that they're being lied to and played, they will overlook it. Because why? They don't want to be held accountable. This motherfucker smooth tricked me. They scammed me. They had me believing something that they didn't even believe. So black women will just dismiss the truth and stick with the lie. And not only stick with the lie and defend the lie, but still contribute to the lie financially. I don't know how many times I played videos here of Cynthia G saying one thing, yes, I don't mean within a 24-hour period. A couple of years ago, Cynthia G was saying one thing, that aborting black male fetuses, all that would do is cause the genocide of the race, because if there's no black males, then there could be no black girls, females. Now Cynthia G is telling y'all to go out and abort black male fetuses. Cynthia knows that what that would cause, the ripple effect would be no more black people on the planet eventually. But Cynthia G knows black women want to hear that. Black women are eating that up. The black women who hate black men, they're eating that up, and they're paying to hear Cynthia G say it. They don't even in their minds, even if they know it's going to turn into genocide, they're okay with it. And they'll just pay Cynthia G because she's saying it, because it's something that they want to hear. Black Femicide USA scammed you sisters out of at least 37K, and Venmos and all them other pay sites that they could have been paid. Was able to garner, to scam from black women. Who knows? I bet your sister Cha knows. The sister you see on the screen, I bet you she knows. I've dropped the link. The sister was the first one in the chat. She may have left. I'm not going to say she's in the clouds watching because I don't know. But I've dropped the link, inviting her up. And she says that she's not part of that she wasn't part of the scam. Well, sister, if you're in the clouds, come on down. Parachute on down. Land right here on the channel and have a conversation with me. Because I have some questions I would love to ask you. One would be, do you know Sister Rosa off of YouTube? How? Another would be, how did you guys come into contact with each other? How did you meet? How did you guys decide to set up these fake accounts on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and YouTube about some black femicide when you know it wasn't true? You know it. I know you at least know that, Cha-Cha, that it's not true. That black man wasn't killing black women no every 5.5 hours. But again, I never heard it come out of your mouth either that it wasn't true. I heard you over on Taz's live stream with that clown saying that it was. I heard you over there when you called in. Was it you that called in, or was it Rosa? I think you were up on the panel and Rosa called in. Or they called Rosa, one or the other, but they were talking to Rosa, and I believe you, Cha-Cha, was up on a panel with him, lying to black women in the chat, having those clown ties and not talking about donate. We need to protect black women. Donate every 5.5 hours. I wouldn't be surprised if Taz and Nada got a cut of that 37K. It wouldn't surprise me if that came out, because they was going just too hard, a bit too hard, when they knew the 5.5 hour thing was a lie. They knew it was a lie, and Taz came back and admitted it. Backpedal like a motherfucker, talking about, oh, he didn't mean it was black men doing it. He meant that it was just happening every 5.5 hours. Now the sister nowhere to be found. I haven't heard anything else about it. I haven't heard anything about the march. I haven't heard anything. The only thing I heard her say was that she was no longer doing, and I can see why. This was before the march. She said she was no longer going to be doing the black femicide US, and that she was going to go over to the UK. That's probably what she did with the money. Went over to the UK. Because that's what she said she was going to do. That might have been part of the scam too. But she said she was going to go over to the Black Femicide UK and help them over there. That's when I knew. I was like, damn. So you're just going to abandon the sisters here in the US and go over to the UK and help them sisters over there. What about your sisters here where you were born? I'm assuming she was born here in the US. Cha-Cha would be able to answer that. But now Cha-Cha is nowhere to be found. I'm surprised Cha-Cha even typed that in the chat. She was the first one in. And I didn't even start the live stream on time. And when I came to, he was the one over the money. And Cha-Cha asked me to make that clear. Rosa, that was part of the scam. That's the way I feel about it. Now, do I have hardcore evidence to prove that? No. But that's what I believe, though. And I believe Sister Cha-Cha, a couple of 2 or 3 people got their cut. And like I said, that was just 37 is what I seen when I last looked at it. It probably was a whole lot more than that. Because like I said, even off of GoFundMe, she could have been raising money. I don't know if they had a Patreon or any of that. I don't know if well, check this out, guys. This is another thing. When I first peeped this, I said, yeah, and this ain't real. This is not real. Just before another live stream that I've been. Right here. Let me drop my, okay, full screen. Let me drop Cha-Cha off. Hope you guys print a screen printer and took a picture like I did. Okay, anyway, so this is the Black Femicide site. Black Femicide US. This sister had 1,700 or 1,000. And notice there's no videos here. It says that this channel doesn't have any content. Now you would think if black men were killing black women every 5.5 hours, it'd be all kind of videos here. World. But it says this channel doesn't have any content. Now, when you do go to the videos, this is what you find. No videos. Why is that? Why wouldn't this Black Femicide site have videos showing black men killing black women every 5.5 hours? Now, when you go to the playlist, they're talking about quilting, makeup, travel, hiking, historically accurate events, I'm assuming, tiny homes, jars, recipes, homestead, kindred homes. This is what you get on this site. Recipes, DIY home products, soap, body and hair butter. Positive thinking, sewing, waist training, and a lot of